keep going around in circles, and I think it's very irrelevant. You remember that we closed the border at a point because of terrorism and influx of light arms and foreigners. The other time again, we shut down Twitter because of the use of Twitter. Then we came back again, we shut down communication lines. All communication lines, some parts of Kaduna and some parts in the north. And we don't know what we achieved with that, you know. And now we are talking about the mines. Let me tell you something about the mines. We have discussed with the government on many forums. So many people have come online to talk about this same thing. And I've spoken about it in our Rise and so many other channels, that the mines are and business executive angle for the country. We need a lot of business executive angles from tourism, from our mining, from our oil and gas, from our agriculture. We are shut down the farms. The farmers cannot go to farm anymore. Now we want to shut down the mines. We could put those mines under the care of private security contractors. We could. Private security organizations in Nigeria have been speaking with the government to try to enhance the opportunities of screening, validation, accreditation, and approvals for private security companies to take up such responsibility, man those spaces, and disable those opportunities of bandits. But it's not done. Then if you look at the banning the bikes from a national, they rose up from a National Security Council. What a joke. And you know, you ban the bikes nationwide. Now, even in Lagos, where we ban the bike, where are the monitors to ensure they obey the instruction? Then if you look at some of the parts of Nigeria, we have places where you can only go with camels. We have places you can only go with horses, with your foot, with a bicycle, and with a motorcycle. So if you ban the bikes nationwide, are you aware you didn't build roads to certain parts of the country for people to motorize to their villages, to their business places, to their fish farms, their crops farms? You know, so it's just a funny decision that was taken.
But
right, let me come bring it to...
I just have a follow-up to that, because the Minister of Justice did say there's no sacrifice that is too great. The economic consequences that may, follow this decision whenever it comes to light, remember that there are still deliberations. He says there's no sacrifice too great.
Yes, the minister that was speaking, sometime back, he spoke again that he has a list of sponsors of terrorism. And it's on air. You can Google that he has a list of individuals and corporate bodies. Now, what has happened since he has all the apparatus of the judicial process, the criminal justice process on that issue? Then if you also look at the sacrifices that he's talking about. Now, when you make sacrifices, what are the reward system? All the areas where Nigerians have made sacrifices, it has increased the opportunity of Nigerians to go into criminality. Now, in Kaduna, a lot of the Ansaru have taken positions to protect communities against bandits. Can you imagine? And these same communities that are being protected, they are using this overriding nature to now conscript Nigerians into their terrorist gangs. So if you say no condition, no sacrifice is too grave, what are the reward lines? What did you plan to do to reward these persons? Remember, during the COVID-19, Nigerians were scrambling over palliatives that were kept out of reach. So during the COVID-19, globally, people were getting stipends from their government. So it increased our criminal nature, increased opportunity for criminality, and further pushed the youths into criminality. Now remember, ASU is still on strike. Now if you are rising up from that kind of international, national security fora, and you are saying you are doing this, then what about the multitude of youths who are not in schools, who are not in universities? Have you thought of that? Let me give a lot of respect to Beacons and the reports that they used to send. But I will not fail to mention that in all of those reports and profiling all the attacks and the recorded successes, there is no time where I have seen any report shared in Nigeria that will capture consequences. I have not seen where it will show how many was sentenced to death, how many was hanged, how many was electrocuted. I've never seen. So let's leave that aside. Let's go forward to your comment, your question. Now, if you look at the funding for weaponry, now remember that there are so many petitions against the former service chiefs. And today, all of them are ambassadors. They cannot be touched by the law, you know, and the current people that are on that seat, who is going to probe them when you don't even know who has compromised what? Now, in all the complaints from soldiers, where you have seen viral videos going round, nobody has called those soldiers to come and really identify what they are saying. The cases just go through the court martial, and just recently we heard that a large number of soldiers were being sent away from the military, fully trained, combat ready, combat tested soldiers within the age brackets of readiness, and they were just sent out of the military that if they refuse to fight without weapons. Now, who has the willpower to look into all of these issues and bring judicial prudence? Who has the willpower to balance the understanding that yes, we have the monies, we have the assets as a globally respected country with territorial integrity, but we also have Nigerians too, placed in high-profile places in foreign nations, to be able to liaise for us to assess. We just got the Tucano, and all the brouhaha about the Tucano. What have we achieved? Let me tell you something. There are a lot of bad blood going on in the military. There are a lot of senior officers that have lost their opportunities because some juniors are promoted. There are a lot of them that are constricted into a kind of charade. There are a lot of soldiers that are working because they don't know where to go after the military. They are looking at the veterans. So many senior officers are hoping to get a national appointment, because when you come out, what is there for the veterans? The veterans are still crying for 24 months over arrears of minimum wage increase. They are still asking for their debarment allowance. A debarment allowance that you're supposed to pay so he does not use his skill against the state. And these are the people you want to buy weapons for. You must put your weapons in the hands of a fully motivated, capable and intelligent and deployed personnel.